The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me at the table, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we've also got Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, they come into tonight's game after the loss to Miami. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Yeah, missing from the line became contagious. That happens. They just picked the worst time to do it.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
So it's the Spurs now, following the 3 by Milwaukee. Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at him now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wemby is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
Taken 3rd overall in 2020, LaMelo Ball is a unique player. Like his brother Lonzo, very tall at the point at 6'6", and he'd much rather pass it than shoot it.
Now here's Anthony. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Ginobili left side. Here's Wembanyama. No good on the shot. Good D by Olajuwon. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Now, here's George. Let's go. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Back to Anthony. Olajuwon with the block.
Without a doubt, one of the most versatile shot blockers in the game. Olajuwon does it in the painted area as well as along the perimeter.
Pass to Hardaway. The offensive rebound. Jones, no one around him. That 3 off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Olajuwon. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
I mean, I hope you can appreciate the torque that kind of move generates. He just has that natural explosiveness. The dream is something to behold.
It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Ball with it. Hardaway picks him up. And here we go. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
And he may be in his 30s, but Paul George still has got a lot of bounce.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. So it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. It's a 5-point game. Here's Hardaway. Pass to Olajuwon. Knocked away.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Milwaukee.
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition and taking advantage.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Now here's Hardaway. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Nobody near George. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Milwaukee, another fast break opportunity here.
Milwaukee.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
First personal foul.
Free throw no good for Cunningham. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Back to Cunningham. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The more time Jackson spins at the rim, the better. His length is a deciding factor in this game.
To the paint, and it's George finishing it off.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
Now here's Cunningham, still without a basket. And it's Wagner missing. Bucks leading by 5. And George with the stuff.
And holding nothing back there. George gives the dunk his all.
With some arc. Good D by Hardaway.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Pass to Chambers. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Assisted.
Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop, that thing is over.
Cunningham with it. Right side Jackson. Second chance shot. Here's Wagner. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Back to George. On the wing, Hardaway. Jones for 3. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Milwaukee. He not... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting a show on, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender. but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
And that one's good. Brunson.
A deep shot there by Brunson. You got to admire how confident that young man is.
Ball no good. Bucks leading by 17. Down low. Here's Ilgauskas. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
To the inside. Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
From deep, Brunson. And another three for Milwaukee.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the three ball here in the second quarter.
That shot wide open.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. Pass to Ilgauskas. San Antonio with the rebound. And it became very clear, very early, RJ, that Wembanyama is legit and a very special player. Generational.
You never know until those first few games, but it was immediate how different Wemby is going to be. He has already met those lofty expectations that we all had for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
In the corner, it's Ginobili. And it's blocked.
Yeah, and Ilgauskas stretching out there to block shots. Superb at using that huge wingspan to come up with projections.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Elliott misses. Spurs trail by 17. Here's Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And this is why you can't give Anthony a lane, because this guy will run all over you.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, so you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Down by 15. To the middle. Here's Ginobili. Rebounded by Elliott.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Brunson outside. Off target with his three. Giannis outside.
2 minutes remaining.
From 13. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Bucks leading by 15. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
1:49 left here in the second. Now here's Terry. Lets it go from deep. And Hakeem Olajuwon pulls it down. Richardson with it. And Terry picks him up defensively. And again, the Bucks miss. Spurs trail by 18. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Hakeem Olajuwon. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Bucks making a switch here. 1:24 left to play in the first half. Back to Curry. This one for three. The rebound by the Bucks. That's a 2 from Towns. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Here's Jackson. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Jackson's got 6.
One of many weapons in Jackson Jr.'s arsenal. He can spot up on you and make it look too easy.
Olajuwon in the high post. Jones for 3. Levots grabs the board.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Doesn't have to get up much. Jackson Jr. at 6'11" just easily finishes that hoop.
Spurs trail by 14. Wagner on the wing. No scoring in this one. Outside Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Penny Hardaway.
A tough cover in there. Jackson Jr. can post you. He can face you up. He can finish with either hand.
Both free throws good from Jackson.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Hey, yo, right here.
Pass to Ilgauskas. Left side, Towns. Brunson with a clean look. Just 3 on the clock. Over Cunningham. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Milwaukee leading by 12. Here's Brunson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Here's Towns. Pass to George. Right side Towns. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Towns has got his first basket of the night.
A prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
That's tipped. Wembanyama, right side. Back to ball. Plenty of space. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
It's Ginobili on the wing. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Towns. And he can't bank that one in. 3-pointer. Good on the triple. Towns has got 5 now.
It really is something else to watch a guy like Towns shoot from that far out.
Ball no good.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
The Bucks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collectively.
Bucks leading by 17. In the corner, George with it. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Ilgauskas with it. Picked up by Ginobili. Jones, no luck.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Anthony with the bucket. He's got 6.
Oh, great job by Anthony keeping his balance, not allowing the contact to stop him from scoring.
And George gets it to go.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Kicks it out to Ginobili. Shoots the 3. And Karl-Anthony Towns pulls it down. Richard, last season marked the 5th consecutive year that the Spurs missed the playoffs.
And this drought came directly after their historic streak of 22 consecutive playoff appearances. But the silver lining in this stretch is that it allowed them to draft a generational talent in Wembanyama.
And this is how lethal Anthony is in close, capable of throwing it down all over the defense.
So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Chambers. Hardaway for 3. Rebound, San Antonio. On the wing, Jason Terry. Pass to Jackson. Can't connect from short range. Bucks leading by 19. George with the ball. Defended now by Wagner. And again, the Bucks miss. Here are the Spurs with the ball. Tries to keep it alive. Hardaway with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Milwaukee the rebound. Pass to Jones. The 3. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Now Divac, guarded by Hardaway. The jump hook on the basket by Divac. Divac has got his first bucket in this one.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
It's Hardaway with the drive. Jones for 3. And Curry pulls it down.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Both teams deciding to change it up. Deflects the pass. Over in the corner, Cunningham for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Cunningham's got his first 3 points of the game.
And defense has to guard Cade in the corner. He will take and make that shot.
And Richard, when it comes to Jaren Jackson, there's a lot to appreciate. My goodness.
Oh, I love that he can guard 1 through 5. Really a modern defensive NBA big man. He can go back to the basket or he can face up. He doesn't need the ball to make a huge impact.
Pass to Jackson. The kick out to Cunningham. Off target from outside. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
He's knocked down 3/4 of his foul shots this season, so he's right around 75%.
Here's Chambers. Here's the 3. Hands it from downtown. Chambers got 5.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Bucks leading by 18. Pass to Smits. Back to Brunson. .29 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Cunningham. Nice move. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Cunningham's got 5 points in the quarter.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Assistant.
11 seconds left in the third quarter. Cunningham outside. Good if it goes. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Milwaukee holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter.
The Bucks, 55.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Spurs trail by 18. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
He did a good job of taking care of the ball in the first half, but he's been pretty sloppy since the break with it.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
Let's go, fans! Now it's time to make some noise for your Spurs squad!
Here is Elliott. No good from outside. Here's Giannis. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Giannis has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Spurs. From deep, Brunson. It's good from long range. And the Bucks lead by 19.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Bucks leading by 19. Richardson left side. Pass to Elliott. Takes a three. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And when it comes to moving the ball, LaMelo is unreal. Can make any pass in the book.
Over to the wing. Brunson outside. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by Anthony. Spurs trail by 17. Pass to Ginobili. Spurs working the ball around now. Misses the three. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Trains the wing trade.
And the defense, you can't forget about Richardson from deep. His three-pointer is extremely dangerous.
Right side, Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
Elliott misses.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
And And it's Ball penetrating.
And there's that athleticism. Man, does Ball get up fast for that one.
Pass to Elliott. Beyond the arc. Traps in the tray.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Ginobili with the ball. Offensive rebound. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the call will be against Jason Richardson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution of Jordan.
Pass to Wembanyama. Giannis no good. Bucks leading by 21. Here's Hardaway. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Giannis. You know, Richard, so many stars have done it. Any thoughts on a player asking for a trade with multiple years remaining on their contract?
If you're unhappy in any marriage, you should always get out. That is my opinion. Teams do it all the time. They'll sign a player to 5 years and then trade him in 2. So if a player is unhappy after 3 years of a 5-year contract, it's okay for him to request a trade, but continue to show up to work. That is my only request from the players.
And here's Anthony for 3. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Outside, Anthony. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Anthony's got 9 points here in the second half. And Towns throws it down.
Plenty of power on that slam. Towns was not messing around.
Out to Anthony. From past the arc. No good there.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Olajuwon, right side. On the wing, George. The tray. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
They get the rebound. No good with the layup. Milwaukee leading by 20. Ginobili with the steal. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Anthony in the corner. Olajuwon with the block.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bucks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Paul George.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
The contest and the rebound, folks. That is how you defend.
Jones for 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Inside. Out to Anthony. Here's Giannis. And he gets it to go.
And that's leadership right there. Anthony wanting to work the rock over to an open teammate.
Well, this one is winding down now. Milwaukee can watch the clock run out. No one near Olajuwon as he lets it go. The shot comes out.
Penny Hardaway. 3rd personal foul. 5th team foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Shooting 2.
And he can't hit the second. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Jones, that's for 2. missed. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner.